But our top story at 5 o'clock on this Wednesday, an amazing story of survival. An Oklahoma woman and her sister are home now after being stranded for nearly 2 weeks in a snowy Michigan.
One of the survivors tells News on 6 reporter Tess Monty they survived off Girl Scout cookies, cheese puffs, and prayer. It's a story you'll see only on 6.
Lee Wright is no stranger to the back roads. She lives pretty much off the grid out here in Depew, Oklahoma. But no man's land took on a whole new meaning once she was stranded in Michigan for 13 days.
It was just going to be a 10-day trip.
With her sense of humor fully intact.
Monday, we got tires moved about that much.
Lee Wright doesn't mind talking about the vacation that ended as a rescue mission. She and her sister were traveling through Michigan to visit family. They were driving Leslie's Ford Explorer and made a few stops on the way.
Stopped off in Minnesota. That's where my daughter is, and that's where we got our Girl Scout cookies. I bought them for my granddaughter.
Not knowing at the time the stash of Thin Mints and shortbread cookies would wind up being a key component of an unusual survival kit.
We had 8 boxes total.
The sisters got stranded on the way to see a remote lighthouse. The rural, snowy roads looked passable at first, but a few miles in, Leslie decided to turn around.
And no sooner did we turn around, that's when we got stuck.
Stuck with no cell phone service. The two took a hike in hopes of getting a call out. Lee's phone still shows the 42 calls she made to 911. Calls that never went through. So the two waited. The first few days were spent trying to dig the car out. But when the battery died 4 days in, that stopped.
Leslie would always, encourage, because I would get very discouraged. She says, they're out there, they're working. They're looking.
And they were. To help search crews, Lee and Leslie put their plea for help on a t-shirt, then hung it on a stop sign a mile from where they were stranded. They melted snow for water and ate Girl Scout cookies and Cheetos to keep from starving. To pass the time, Leslie would knit, Lee would read the Bible and pray.
But Father, I am well aware I can't make it on my own, so take my hand and hold it tight, for I can't walk alone.
They had spent almost 2 weeks living in this SUV when finally the sound of a helicopter hovered atop the tall pine trees. And with that, it wasn't long before the two were wrapped up in Michigan State police jackets, sitting in the helicopter with sandwiches in hand after being fed by Girl Scout cookies and a faith that hope was right around the corner.
I think this helped me and my sister a lot.
Tess Monty,
the Bible.
News on 6.